So what's the difference between a salt chlorine pool and a regular chlorine pool? I think it's a worthy topic, so we'll discuss it in today's video. What's up guys, I'm Christian with River Pools, and today we're talking about salt chlorine pools, we're talking about regular chlorine pools, and we're going to spell out the differences between the two so that you can make the best decision for you and your upcoming pool project. But as we go into this topic, it's very important to understand something. Both systems are using chlorine to sanitize the water in your pool. A traditional chlorine pool is either using liquid chlorine or chlorine in solid form and putting it directly into the pool water by your filter system. The other, a salt chlorine pool, is converting salt, traditional salt, table salt, into chlorine. So in both systems, we're using chlorine to clean your water. But choosing one system over the other would not mean that you would have the opportunity to spend less time monitoring your chemicals. In both cases, it'll be critically important to check your pool's chemistry at least once a week, if not daily. It's also important to consider your pool's LSI reading, or the Langolier Saturation Index. Using this in conjunction with your daily or weekly tests will help you maintain your pool's finish over time. Check out the description below for a link to a video about LSI. So let's talk pros and cons of both systems, and we'll start with salt chlorine pools. On the pro side, salt is cheaper than chlorine. So on an annual basis, you're going to spend less to sanitize your pool than if you had a traditional chlorine pool. Another pro is that the salt water itself feels a bit silky on your skin, and the swim experience is quite pleasant, reported by many homeowners. Number 3 on the pro list is that you can ramp the chlorine output up very easily and back down, so that your pool has just enough chlorine to sanitize the water based on the bather load you have. On the con side for salt chlorine pools, they are more expensive systems to put in initially. The cost of a salt chlorine generator is significantly higher than that of a traditional chlorine erosion feeder. In addition, salt chlorine generators do not last very long in comparison to chlorine erosion feeders. You might expect to have to replace the chlorine generator itself about every 3 to 7 years. The last item on the con side for saltwater pools is that many homeowners fall into a set it and forget it mentality. Because salt chlorine pools tend to produce water that's very, very clear, checking the water chemistry becomes back of mind. Forgetting to monitor the chemicals of the pool can lead to chlorine creep, meaning the chlorine levels in the pool continues to creep up without you even knowing it, leading to damage of the surface of your pool. So now let's look at traditional chlorine systems. The first pro here is that they are significantly less expensive than a salt chlorine system. The second pro is that they do not require electricity like a salt chlorine generator. Therefore, when your pool is installed initially, you will not have the cost of additional electrical work. The last pro for a traditional chlorine system is that it's been the industry staple for decades. So finding replacement parts and support to have those parts installed correctly is going to be fairly easy. On the con side for traditional chlorine pools, chlorine is a very harsh chemical to work with. And we recommend that you follow the safety precautions and instructions that are printed on the label of any chlorine product you purchase. Please adhere to those instructions for your safety. Also, traditional chlorine products are expensive to purchase when comparing it to salt. The last con is that a traditional chlorine pool does not give you an advantage over any other sanitation system in terms of the ability to monitor your chemistry. Okay, my friends, so that's saltwater pools versus traditional chlorine pools. And as we mentioned, there are advantages and disadvantages to both. But in no circumstance does either system give you an advantage in terms of affording you the ability to monitor your chemicals less. So pay attention to your pool chemistry, make sure your chlorine is where it needs to be and no higher. And I hope this video has been helpful in guiding you to make the best decision for you, your pool, and your family. I'm Christian with River Pools. We'll see you, my friends, in a future video. Catch the wave.